감사합니다. 음. In your basket. Dude, come on. Puppy dog. Come on. Come on. In your basket. Hi. I wasn't expecting that. Hello guys. This is my first stream ever, so I'm still trying to figure things out. My audio is probably completely beansed, but what I'm working on is a ceramic balloon for my Etsy. My brain is completely gone flat. So hi. The balloon was hand cast and hard. It was hand cast and hand poured by my uncle because, frankly, this is too heavy for me to lift. I paint a variety of things. I know he's great. He's a bit of an asshole, but he's great. I also paint. Well, this is for a customer, but I also paint things like this. And a couple of other things. My heart is going a million miles a minute. But yeah, so if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer. Because words are falling out of my mouth. You know what, I'll hide the shack as it's... You know, we can ignore that. I'll fix that later. But yeah, yeah, basically, I started, so my words, I started my Etsy during quarantine. I'm so sorry. I started my Etsy during quarantine because, you know, the whole world's going to pot, and I'm gonna sit here and paint fun things. But a lot of it was because I am disabled, so finding a proper job is a bit difficult for me because, you know, gestures at the world at the moment. But my family has always been in ceramics. They're wholesalers, so everything from the clay to the pots to the glazes, all of it, that gets sold to other people. So I've always had ceramics in my life. So this is home to me, basically. This is what I enjoy doing. And during quarantine, I developed really severe anxiety. So it's only now that I feel brave enough to start streaming and advertising what I do, hopefully to reach out to people. But I do, so obviously I do giant heart balloons. I've also made smaller ones. Let me grab it off the shelf. I also make these. They're about the same size as a regular balloon. And I love them to pieces. Oh, and these little guys. Can the glare stop? Yeah. Unsurprisingly, I really, really like bees, so you know, if I trick myself into doing things I love, am I really working? Oh my god! Ah, thank you! I didn't expect this to happen. I I didn't. I've only been streaming for 50 minutes. I'm but yes, I have on Etsy. I'm the same same name. I am only a very small creator, and at the moment I only sell within the UK. I'm not gonna start crying. I'm not gonna start crying. But all of the things that I paint, all the things I paint, I make to order. So if you've got someone in the UK who would like something to hang on their wall or something, I can do that. But yeah, so this stream and this Etsy is a way for me to gain some independence and a bit of get myself a little bit of money, because I would love to live under my own power. I would love to, you know, have my own little place in the world. So, yeah. I am not doing a very good job at being a streamer. So this is what I do. I paint my silly little creatures, and I you guys have been so sweet to me. It's unbelievable. Oh, by the way, I'm hoping to start streaming regularly, midday UK time on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, give or take a little bit of time, because I am like this. On Wednesday, I'm going to be painting. I'm going to be painting one of these. Ignore the scuffed bit here. There's a little tea light holder, and look at this. I'm so prepared. I've got a. You can't see it obviously, but little tea light cover. I hope you can't see how hard my hands are shaking. This is beyond my wildest dreams. I'm gonna pinch myself. Oh. Oh god, what coat am I on? I think this is number 2. But yeah, it's just little old me Me in my little corner of the world. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer. Oh my god! That's so early. I tried to pick midday for me because I know that even though they can't buy from me, I know the biggest market at the moment on Twitch is Americans, so they start waking up around this time, midday. Yeah, around. Right. I am so glad I thought ahead and grabbed something to drink. But yeah, so ow. I bashed my tooth on the edge of my glass. Yeah, so yeah, I'll survive. I am a certified clumsy little guy. Oh, my model, funnily enough, I commissioned someone on Etsy to make it for me. Give me a minute and I can shout out their website. Oh, their Etsy page. They were an absolute darling to work with. They were so sweet to me. Even if I had the most dreadful, I was awful trying to explain what I wanted. But he looks basically how I do, so, they are, scroll up, oh Jesus. Otterly Assets. There we go. You're smiling ear to ear. I'm about to have a conniption. I didn't expect this to happen. I think the busiest I've ever been talking to online people is having 3 people in a Discord call. So, but thank you to Canty Starter for the raid, and thank you to all of you for sticking around. Look at the state of my hands. But yeah, you guys are amazing. This means the absolute world to me. More than words can express. Yeah, same. This is we've got sentimental music going now. I'm getting all sentimental. But yes, I wanted a little way to try and start being more social, because having severe social anxiety is quite something. I'll say that much. But yeah, I became really, not to be like oversharing, but oh yes, that's true. I got really agoraphobic. really scared of being outside. So, right, face. There we go. PNG tuber English. I put an apron on and I still managed to get stuff on my shirt. So this was discovered. I I discovered PNG tubing because it means that I don't have to have my face on camera, which makes talking to people a lot easier. You can see my handshake. It's still difficult, but it's easier for me to I can maintain my privacy in a little bit. Seriously, I've got paint on my shirt, on my jumper. How? The the state of how I've got my top down going is it's certainly an arrangement. Actually, the arm clamp thing literally arrived this morning. It was delivered this morning, so right, second coat of that. I need to make a counter for myself. So the way that this works is that on the ceramics, I paint this in 3 layers. 3 layers. Yeah, but I did basically exactly the same. It's 3 layers of this paint, which becomes this shade of red, really bright fire engine red. It gets, so 3 layers, it gets put, oh congratulations, 2 years, gets put into a kiln, which is basically a huge oven, and fired at a temperature of 1200 degrees? Something like that. It was either cone 6 or cone 06 that was 1200. It takes a whole day for the kiln to cool down after firing before I can take it out again. But the cool thing is that the facility I use to I use their kiln is their energy is 100% solar. So my aim is to be as eco-conscious as possible, because I mean, look at me. I've saved the bees and all of that. I literally said it out loud. This was 2 layers. There we go. I think this is the most I've spoken to someone like all week. So, well, that's not saying anything. It's Monday. Oh my god. But yeah. So you just slowly rotate it. But yeah. I'm slowly sorting myself out. Seriously, this is beyond my wildest dreams. This is incredible. Yeah, I hope to do this regularly, and some people, when they do crafts, they use craft shows in real life, but I can't do that, or not right now at least. I can't do that, so hello Twitch. Oh, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Yeah, funnily enough, I'm not saying do this, however, see that? Non-toxic. Hypothetically, you could, as a joke, in Minecraft, you could. But I wouldn't recommend it, because it's got silicates in it. Please don't! The only reason I know this... I know, right? It's incredible. Do not the paint. But the people that my family sells to paint your own pottery shops and independent creators like me. And there's a trend for doing baby or animal hand and footprints. What's happened to my audio? Ah, okay. Do hand and footprints where you slather the baby's hand or foot in paint and then you toddler slap it. But obviously, because they're babies, the next thing they're going to do is immediately shove their hand in their mouth. Luckily, it will not kill them, which would be bad publicity for the company if it did, but we're all good. Can I hold this away from the next? I have a hand and a footprint myself, actually. I think it was done when I was like a month old, and my foot is like that big. It's quite... I'll see you in a bit. No babies were harmed in the making of ceramic. However, my mental health was, because I have to manage a screaming child for it. But yeah, so my whole life has been ceramics. I've been painting things since I had a brush. I could hold a brush in my hand. Oh, I don't sell this at the moment, but I painted a plate a few years back, and it was a test that I could still do my hands, you know, but my brain still work, because clearly it's gone off with the fairies. The words. But yeah, I've always been in. I know he's so cute. I've always been in ceramics. Although I wanted. The fairies stole my brain cells in exchange for nothing. I got scammed by the fairies. But yeah, I had a thought and I lost it. Oh well. need to write down. Okay, yes, because I will forget. That is true. That is very true. However, I am just a silly little guy, so how dare they? Oh, this has made my actual week. This is everything to me. That, yeah, absolutely. I've forgotten how many layers, how far round I went, but it's fine. Oh, the reason it 3 coats is important. Probably they did that. The reason 3 coats is important is because it creates is it opacity or opacity? I don't know. If I only did 1 layer, it can be a bit see-through. Yeah, and given I live in the middle of nowhere, I'm probably likely to see an awful lot of them. But the paint builds opacity. I'm gonna have to wipe that off in a little bit. You can't really go. There's not so much too many, but you run the risk of. This is what happened with this. I made the inside too thick, so when it was standing upright in the kiln and the silicates in this melted, it kind of melts down, it follows gravity, and if you've got too much built up, it can really affect the way that how much gravity how much gravity pulls it down. You can see here I got, come on white balance, why are you doing this to me? You can see this only pulled down a little bit. I did really bad cleaning the bottom of this, that's really ugly. Yeah, I've had this conversation an awful lot of times about the science of ceramics. Good soup. Good soup. But yeah. I like this song. This song makes me happy. Yeah, the downside of doing such a huge balloon is that I can only lift my webcam so high. So this was the best I could do to get it all in frame without showing my face. It's not the end of the world if you see the top of my head, but you know how it is, I guess. And what I'm doing, going around these edges, is because it's, well, I'm not going to tip it over too much, but you can see the creases. I need to be sure that I get all of the paint into the creases, or it might end up patchy and a bit not quite. So, especially when things are single coloured, it doesn't matter if I go a little bit crazy with layering, because you're not going to see it drip or anything. I just need to make sure that I mash my brush into these little crevices. I think I've won the lottery as far as you guys being so kind to me. I am gonna go to bed tonight with the stupidest smile on my face. I'm not gonna start crying again. I'm not gonna start crying again. Yeah, thank you a million times to Stutter. Thank you. There are no words in the world. I think if I could put my joy into money, I think I would live for eternity. I would find the secret to immortality. But yeah, so if you want to make me cry again, I'm back on Wednesday at midday UK time. Okay, so that's 2 layers, and that's dry enough. Because if I flip this over when it's not, so if I flip this over and it's not dry yet, I'll end up peeling the paint away a little bit, because it'll get stuck, kind of. Oh, breathe out. Why did that happen? Time zones are so evil. Cringe. Can we, like, not have them? That would be great. I am so glad I put this paper down, because look at the state of this. It looks like The Shining. Why did I load my brush before turning it? Wow, that was a really attractive noise. Literally so evil. Why can't we all live in Discworld where time zones aren't real? I know, he's so cute! Little flower tray. It's more useful when I'm doing... I keep gesturing, imagining you guys can see it, but over there is where I keep all of my ceramics that I've done. When I'm using multicoloured stuff, it's quite useful to have this. After... Ooh, darn it, I don't have any other paint. But, it truly is. What? I love that I get so much paint on my hands that my touch stops working. Not the paint. my keyboard. After this is painted, because I've only got one more layer to do, I might just sit and chat for a little bit. That's cool. These streams I'd like to keep maybe 1 or 2 hours, perhaps. Just so my brain doesn't completely explode with all of the socialising I'm doing. Yeah, so I'll try and update my profile a little bit at some point this week, probably. Oh, thank you for the follow. I think that's gonna both like freak me out and also like a little pop of serotonin as well for a long time to come. What was I saying? I'd like to update my profile with a stream schedule, a link to some of my stuff. Yeah. Oh, it'd be 2 p.m. for me. Yeah. So from I started this one a bit late because I was having a bit of a crisis about oh god, do I really want to do this? But I'm glad I did, even if you guys have absolutely scared the life out of me, but in a great way. Yeah, update my profile. Because I'm streaming more regularly, this will also mean that I can get more stock regularly into my Etsy page, so that I can move from being made to order to actually having a backlog. Where on earth I'm going to put the things that I've painted, who knows? Who knows? I keep moving the rest of me as if you guys can see it. I'm gonna have to get used to that. I am so glad I've got OBS on one of my screens. Yeah, you and me both. You and me both. This is the best thing that could have ever happened to me. This is we I need to keep drinking. Because I've accepted kind of that with my, I don't like calling them limitations, but that is what they are. So context, I have a brain injury and I have epilepsy, so I will never be able to drive. I have a lot of difficulty with memory, and well, you can tell I have a problem with memory because I have to keep asking myself what I'm doing every 3 seconds, and I get tired really quickly. Don't worry, it is managed. I am okay. There we go. But I will never be able to have a 9 to 5. So if I can have this, then things are going pretty great for me, aren't they? Yeah, you guys that live in Australia are a different breed. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, it gets over 15 degrees Celsius for me and I start melting. I think I got, I once got heat sick living, during the summer when it got to like 30 degrees. 30 degrees Celsius, that is. You guys, I don't know how you do it, and isn't it that Australia's just coming out of, summer, isn't it? You guys are just coming out of your summer. God, I hope I've got that correct. Yeah. No, I'm smart. I figured this out. Oh my god. No, I couldn't do that. Yeah, I'd love to live in I'm in the south of England, so we do get a little bit toasty. Although at the moment it's been raining every other day, which I can't complain about, but I'm gonna. I hate summer. I hate summer despite having a birthday in summer. No, no thanks. Yeah. If it could just be autumn, or summer hate is forever. If it could just be autumn forever, that would be great. Because it rains too much in spring, and hay fever, etc. Oh, pardon me. Oh no! Look at the state of my hands. Oh. Oh, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. This is the best thing ever. If you could see my face right now, it would be... my face hurts. Right, I'm gonna sit there and let this dry so I can flip it over. Because the way that... fun science lesson, so I can stop myself from crying again. The way that ceramic paint drying works is through absorption, or absorption. The liquid bit goes into the clay because clay is very good at intaking water. Get your pencils out. It takes in water, so that's why as you add layers, things take longer and longer to dry. Which I think is pretty neat. I think it's quite cool. On the other hand, fun fact, you know the mugs and plates, you can actually, if you heat them in the oven, and you paint onto them like this, with ceramic paint, obviously, you can then put a clear glaze over it and fire it, and you'll get it'll absorb back into the glaze of the original mug. To be clear, you need to be careful about what I have again put my sleeve in the paint splatters. I am so smart. You can make you can personalize your mugs. I've done this to one of my mugs. I would show you it if it didn't have a name on it. But the important thing is that you need to have the right kind of ceramics, because this plate is, I believe that there's two different types of clay. There's earthenware, which is what this is made of, and there is stoneware, which is, it might be what this is made of, but I have forgotten, because I am no thoughts, head empty. And the difference between them is that they can be fired to different temperatures. I believe it's that stoneware can be heated to higher temperatures because it's more resilient. If you fired earthenware to stoneware temperatures, it would crack, which is obviously less than ideal. So if you somehow got your hands on a bowl, some paint, and a kiln, which quite frankly are ridiculously expensive, both to buy and to run, you could just make your own, you could decorate your own mugs, which would be, you know, that's quite, I love that I can make my things my own. The state, seriously, how have I managed this? Oh god, what was it? Where was I? Doing the edges. Just gonna do the edges again. You guys are distracting me too much, how dare you? This is layer 3 on the top. I need to not put paint on my keyboard. Oh, that's brilliant. I made a cat out of why does the white balance hate me so much? I would not recommend licking this, because no. If you imagine what clay tastes like, it tastes exactly like that. It's just musty. I definitely don't know this from experience, don't worry about it. I'm normal, trust. Also, do you like the apron? I found it in Dunelm, which is a shop in the UK. It's like a homewares shop. Ooh! I was like, oh yeah, you made a pot for your cactus. Oh, it's dead. You know, I have the worst green thumb ever. I managed to kill an aloe vera plant, which apparently is quite a feat. I can't remember what I did to it, but don't give me plants. I can barely look after myself. the top of that's dry enough. I can probably flip that over. Oh, that's really funny. I've just noticed my green screen key is made a patch. The teal on my apron. That's on my on my PNG tuber's apron. How have I managed that? I'm learning many new things in these last few weeks. I had to learn how to use a PNG tuber. I had to learn how to put that guy into the screen. I'm learning things, and I like learning things. Right. That was probably an earthenware clay. If it was a lighter, like a lighter grey, sort of similar in shade to graphite. To be completely honest, I wouldn't recommend licking any of them. Yeah, dark brown clay was probably earthenware. No, not particularly. Because so what I work with, or what my wonderful uncle does, is that, oh god, we're gonna have another forbidden soup conversation. The way that these are made is that we make a don't drop it. We make a mould out of plaster. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend eating mud either. We make a mould around a balloon. Literally, this is a party balloon out of plaster, and then we pour a forbidden soup into it, which is earthenware clay heavily diluted by water, which makes the most frustrating fluid in the face of the earth, because you brush it on you and you're going to be covered in dust forever. It's why when I started I have to wipe down with a wet sponge, because there is always clay forever. The ingredients are water and clay. So it gets poured into a mould, into the plaster mould, left to dry for a little bit, so that it's this is about that thick. A couple of, I'm not going to say exactly how thick, but it's about 5 millimeters thick, and then it's hopefully thick enough to not collapse on itself. Which that is called green ceramics, or green bisque. Bisque being what this is, the base ceramics. It's called green bisque, like how a tree, a green tree, it's young and it's not quite ready yet, and that gets put into the kiln to be bisque fired, which makes it into this, which is solid and won't go splat when you hit it, which then gets painted on and fired a second time. There's an awful lot of temperature going on. Oh god, I could go for some soup right now. Actually, favourite Normal soup. Normal soup. Normal. Safe for human consumption soup. I have to say that tomato soup is my favourite. It's a classic, obviously. Normal human food in a soup format. Ooh, potato. I have never heard of that before. Pork blood, pig blood. Huh, that's interesting. Is it like, sort of like, black pudding? Well, obviously, but, it's quite big blood. I've never heard of that. Interesting. Oh my god. Oh, this is making me hungry. Oh no. Yeah, I have to say that my favourite is tomato soup, because I am basic. Yeah. Heinz tomato soup. Oh my god. Heinz tomato soup specifically. I mean, you cannot go wrong with the classic. Oh. Huh. I think the only, or at least that I know of, the only thing that's got animal blood in it is black pudding or blood sausages. I don't know how it's made, but all I remember is that it was it's certainly a flavour. I'm not sure whether it'd be, I had it as part of a full English breakfast, which was lovely and massive. Oh, I'm not going to be able to speak tomorrow. Yeah, I found it a bit strange, but isn't it interesting that we can use up so much of an animal? Quite cool. Oh my god. Got dry paint all over my hands. Right, okay, so that is the last coat of paint. I'm just gonna finish that off. I love the sound of painting, unsurprisingly. So what I need to do next is let that dry for a little bit. I'm gonna wash my hands. What I'll need to do in a bit is around the edge of this gap, there's paint that's slipped in. and the way that this goes into a kiln, it will need to be put on a stilt, which is like a little long tube. So rude to me all the time. Mean to me, how dare you? No, so what I need to do is wipe away the paint, because when this turns glassy, if it's touching the floor of the kiln, it will it'll end up sticking. And I mean this now is functionally glass, so it will get glued to the bottom of the kiln, which is less than ideal. So if I scrape the insides, it will make sure that nothing gets glued to the kiln. It's quite a production getting things placed, because I'm balancing it on something that's, you know, that's about that wide, and this weighs like 3 kilograms or something ridiculous like that. What have I just scratched? Oh, screw it. I would do brush ASMR, however, I think I'd end up flinging it off. Okay. Yeah. So I need to just gently. Oh, hey, I'm doing pretty well on timing. That's impressive. Let's try moving that a little bit further forward. Yeah, you can see. Well, you can't, but I would move this closer, but I fear I would end up smashing my head into it, and then this goes down here. I'd really rather it didn't fall into the paint. Yeah, what I'm doing is it's called dry footing. So you make the bottom. Oh my god, I am a child. You make the bottom dry of paint so that you can be sure nothing gets stuck. And it doesn't matter if the border is too big, because this is on the back. Eventually this will get hung on a wall securely. Please don't eat granite. So you won't see the back of this, but it's nice to have. Hand washing stream moment. Okay, I've done that. I still need to let that dry. I've got a bit of paper over there to put it on. Now I just need to get this from here to the site that that has the kiln that I use, which involves putting it in a massive box and hoping for the best. This is really... did I just put my hands in my hair? That is so... I am the smartest human being ever. It's the cool S. It's the funny S. Hang on. I could be the funniest human being on the face of the earth. I am so funny. Yeah, so that'll get fired probably. This will probably go into the kiln tomorrow. And then it'll be get put into the kiln tomorrow. Probably fired from morning till afternoon, but because it gets so hot, it will need to take the whole of the next night of Tuesday night to cool down, because again it gets to like 1,000 degrees Celsius, which is, I know, they're getting it's like The Apprentice or Dragon's Den. You're fired. However, I could never fire you, chat. Never. Never ever. I keep touching things with paint on my hands. I am the smartest human being on the face of the earth. Okay. I can do a bit better. Yeah, so that'll get fired tomorrow. It'll cool down overnight, and then on Wednesday, probably Wednesday morning, perhaps, this will get packed into some boxes and out for delivery for the lovely person that bought this. My throat is so dry. Again, I have the stupidest smile on my face. This is a dream come true. Crush bang. Right, clear some space. I really should have thought ahead, clearing space, but we are so smart. I should have cleared more space on my desk, but obviously I forgot how big the balloon that I make and sell is. Incredible. I am so smart. Peep. Right. I can live over there. I can go somewhere. So in a bit, I know, isn't it great? Oh, hi. I've just noticed. Yes. So I told the others a little bit ago, but this was cast. This was cast from a real balloon in plaster, and then cast in ceramic after that. So I'm very so the appeal is the fact that it's real, or realistic. It also weighs like 3 or 4 kilo, so if you try and hang this up on your wall, make sure you hang it securely. If you want to see pictures, I'm not plugging my Etsy, don't worry. If you want to see more of the stuff that the other balloons that I've painted, I also have. I wonder, do I have? No, I don't have any of this. Do I have the star? I also have a star-shaped balloon, which obviously I can't find right now because I'm a professional. But I've also got some standard shaped balloons. I've got my silly little guy, and I've also got a funny little tea light. Yeah, so I'm fun. It's cool. This is going to get put to the side. I'm going to clean up my station a little bit. I don't really know what I'm going to put on the hand cam because I've not got a. I've only got this screen at the moment set up. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to figure out a way to have this chatting style set up. That can be a problem for later. Yes, I need to rinse off the brush because I do like my brushes to be clean. Good soup. Please, if it's too late, you can go to sleep. Please, for the love of God, do not drink this. I need to get an emote that's just good soup. But I'm keeping it low key. I'm keeping it a bit, smaller for now. Yeah, I mean, I can't really say anything about having bad sleep. Having bad sleep routines because then I would be a hypocrite. But if you need to sleep, it's okay. It's during the week. Not pink lemonade. Not pink lemonade. Chat, please. I need to put that in the sink. And then this just gets folded up. Oh my god, please. It's okay, I'll be back here Wednesday. Although again, not yet. However, speaking of casting things, do you want to see something really funny? So I was talking about how these are casted. You need to let them dry, otherwise they'll go splat. Check this out. It went splat. And I painted it anyway, because it's funny. Yeah, they're my funny little made-to-order mishaps. I've only got the 2 of them, because I've kind of got better at figuring that out, but professional. I try my best not to make them, but if they happen, then cool. My throat is so dry. And I've got my hands dirty again. Oh well. Weebore. Okay, so I just need to dry out my brush a little bit. Because sometimes if I leave too much paint or too much water, it can degrade the quality of the brush, which means that the bristles start falling out, which is less than ideal if you want a functioning brush. Okay, that's done. That's done. Can I remember the hotkey that was my mug? Is it this one? No, not that one. There we go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, this is the poor man's just chatting screen. There we go. Don't worry about the pop. It's normal. I'll have a less scuffed just chatting screen at some point. Today is not that day though. I'm still learning how my hotkeys work, because the person that the lovely person that helped that made this model for me, I kind of maybe perhaps why can you see the mouth on that? That's weird. Don't show you who you are. Oh, thank you for the follow. I had to learn a new PNG tuber program for this, so things are a little bit scuffed, but I'm getting there. I'll have to have a futz around in my own time. I just do want to say a really big thank you to you all. It means the absolute universe to me. There are other people walking around at the moment in the background, so I might need to call it a day. Oh, for goodness sake. If you'd like to come back, I will be streaming again on Wednesday at midday UK time, and we will be making I will be painting some of the little tea light covers. Thank you, Tostada. Thank you. It's it's been such a wonder chatting to you all. I hope to see you all again soon. But that will be it today. Thank you so much. Okay. Ta-da! You guys are amazing. Thank you, and yes, goodbye.